From the moment an aircraft door closes and the engines begin to roar, one group of professionals silently takes responsibility for hundreds of lives at 35,000 feet. The air hostesses of international airlines, often seen as symbols of hospitality yet rarely understood for the intense training, discipline, courage, and emotional strength their profession demands, because behind the polished smiles, tailored uniforms, and graceful cabin presence lies a world of pressure, precision, and constant readiness for the unexpected. In today's video, we are not just talking about a job title. We are uncovering the reality of what it truly means to be an air hostess flying for international airlines, from the origins of this profession to the modern role it plays in global aviation safety, service, and cultural connection. Because an air hostess is not simply there to serve meals or offer comfort, but to act as a trained safety professional, a first responder, a cultural ambassador, and sometimes the calm voice between fear and survival. The history of air hostesses dates back to the early days of commercial aviation, when flying was considered dangerous and unfamiliar. An airline realized that passengers needed reassurance as much as they needed transportation, leading to the selection of trained nurses as the first cabin crew members, a decision that shaped the profession's foundation around care, safety, and responsibility. As aviation expanded globally, international airlines transformed the role into a symbol of professionalism, multilingual communication, and world-class service, setting strict standards for appearance, medical fitness, emergency preparedness, and customer interaction, because flying across borders meant managing not only passengers, but cultures, languages, and expectations. Today, an air hostess on an international airline operates in a highly regulated environment where every movement, announcement, and response is governed by global aviation authorities, airline procedures, and safety manuals, yet must still feel natural, warm, and human to passengers. Before a single flight, air hostesses undergo months of intense training covering aircraft systems, emergency evacuations, firefighting, water survival, first aid, crew resource management, and threat handling, all while learning how to manage stress, fatigue, and emotional labor across different time zones. The recruitment process itself is designed to filter not just skill, but attitude, because international airlines search for individuals who can remain calm under pressure, think clearly in emergencies, and still deliver service excellence in crowded cabins and long-haul operations. Once selected, the air hostess becomes part of a global network that connects continents, economies, and people, often spending more time in the sky in foreign cities than at home, adapting to jet lag, cultural shifts, and demanding schedules that challenge both physical endurance and mental resilience. Yet despite these challenges, the profession continues to attract thousands of aspirants worldwide, because it offers something rare: the chance to be part of global aviation, to see the world, to grow professionally, and to play a critical role in one of the most safety-driven industries on Earth. This video begins our deep journey into the life, responsibilities, challenges, and pride of being an air hostess in international airlines, revealing not just what passengers see, but what truly defines this profession beyond the cabin, lights, and clouds. The daily reality of an air hostess working for international airlines is a carefully structured blend of preparation, precision, and performance, starting long before passengers step on board and continuing long after the aircraft has landed. Because every international flight begins with a detailed pre-flight briefing where the entire cabin crew reviews safety procedures, passenger loads, special requirements, weather conditions, security risks, and emergency responsibilities, ensuring that every crew member knows their exact role should any situation arise. Air hostesses are assigned specific cabin zones and emergency duties, meaning that in a critical moment there is no confusion, only action guided by training and teamwork. Once on board, safety checks are conducted meticulously, from emergency equipment verification to cabin condition assessments, because international aviation standards allow no margin for error. While passengers often associate air hostesses with service, their primary duty remains safety, including monitoring cabin behavior, enforcing regulations, identifying potential risks, and maintaining situational awareness throughout the flight. The training behind this responsibility is intense and ongoing, with recurrent simulations, emergency drills, medical refreshers, and security procedures that must be passed regularly to remain qualified, ensuring that air hostesses are prepared for fires, decompression medical emergencies, turbulence injuries, and even evacuation scenarios within seconds. In addition to safety, international airlines expect air hostesses to deliver a consistent, culturally sensitive service experience, adapting communication styles, language use, and behavior depending on passenger demographics. Because a long-haul flight may carry people from dozens of nationalities with different expectations and needs, managing fatigue is another hidden challenge, as international routes often involve overnight flights, time zone shifts, and irregular schedules that require strict adherence to rest regulations and personal discipline. Emotionally, air hostesses must handle anxious travelers, difficult passengers, medical distress, and sometimes grief, all while maintaining professionalism and composure in a confined environment. Teamwork plays a vital role, as cabin crews often meet for the first time just hours before departure, yet must operate seamlessly as a unit, relying on standardized procedures and mutual trust. Technology has also transformed the role with digital reporting systems, advanced aircraft cabins, and enhanced communication tools supporting efficiency and safety, but never replacing the human judgment that air hostesses bring to every situation. Through all these responsibilities, the air hostess remains the visible face of the airline, representing its values, standards, and commitment to passenger care on a global stage, making the role one of the most demanding and respected positions in commercial aviation. While the image of an air hostess traveling the world may appear glamorous, the reality of working for international airlines involves sacrifices that test both personal and professional limits, because life in aviation often means missed family events, holidays spent in the air, and relationships shaped by distance and irregular schedules. The physical demands of long-haul flying include extended standing hours, cabin pressure effects, disrupted sleep cycles, and constant adaptation to new environments, requiring air hostesses to maintain strict health routines and fitness standards. Emotional resilience is equally critical, as cabin crew members must manage stress, conflict, and unexpected situations while remaining calm and supportive for passengers who may be experiencing fear, discomfort, or emergencies. Cultural sensitivity becomes a daily skill, as international airlines operate across borders where customs, behaviors, and expectations differ significantly, requiring air hostesses to navigate misunderstandings diplomatically and respectfully. Safety responsibilities also bring pressure, because in critical moments, the cabin crew becomes the frontline defense, making decisions that can impact lives within seconds. Public perception often underestimates this responsibility, focusing on appearance rather than expertise. Yet within the aviation industry, air hostesses are recognized as highly trained safety professionals. Career progression varies by airline, with opportunities to advance into senior cabin crew roles, instructors, management positions, or specialized operational departments, offering long-term professional growth for those committed to the industry. Despite the challenges, many air hostesses describe their work as deeply rewarding because they witness human stories from around the world, help people during vulnerable moments, and contribute to one of the safest transportation systems ever created. The lifestyle demands discipline, adaptability, and passion, but it also offers unmatched exposure to global cultures, professional development, and a sense of belonging to an international community united by aviation standards and shared responsibility. As we reach the final chapter of this journey into the world of air hostesses in international airlines, it becomes clear that this profession is far more than a uniform, a smile, or a service role, because at its core it represents trust, responsibility, and human connection at altitude. Every time an aircraft door closes, passengers place their confidence not only in technology and pilots, but in the cabin crew who stand ready to protect, assist, and guide them through the skies. Air hostesses embody the balance between strict safety discipline and compassionate service, operating in an environment where preparation meets unpredictability and professionalism meets humanity. Their work supports global mobility, cultural exchange, and economic connectivity, making them silent contributors to the modern world's interconnectedness. The challenges they face, from physical fatigue to emotional strain, highlight the resilience required to thrive in this career. while their commitment to training and standards reflects aviation's relentless pursuit of safety. For aspiring air hostesses, this profession demands dedication, adaptability, and a genuine passion for people, offering in return a career that is challenging, meaningful, and globally respected. For passengers, understanding the true role of air hostesses deepens appreciation for the calm presence and confident guidance that accompanies every flight. And for the aviation industry, air hostesses remain an essential pillar of operational safety and brand identity across international airlines. As the aircraft descends and the journey ends, one thing remains constant: the impact of those who work tirelessly above the clouds, ensuring that millions of travelers reach their destinations safely, comfortably, and with dignity. This is not just a job, this is a profession built on responsibility, courage, and care. And that is the true story of air hostesses in international airlines.